More sobering numbers from the CMHC this week showing the downturn continues to take a toll on Calgary real estate. That means challenging times for people like RE/MAX's Sam Correa and others in your business. Nice to see you this morning.
Good morning.
Let's just talk about the downturn and what impact it has on what you do.
It's changed everything for what we do. You know, when a home comes on the market and sells in 3 days, there's not a lot of sales and skills technique that we have to know about.
Right.
And of course, homes are taking longer, which means they come with their planning and timing, and it's all about managing expectations today too. So it's changed everything.
Okay, and lots of strategies, of course. And we talked a little bit about, you took on a course at the U of C last year.
Yes.
Really interesting sort of format and that kind of thing. You did it again this year. We
Yes.
had a chance to pop by this week when the class wrapped up and talk to a couple of your students about the downturn, and this is what they had to say.
With what's happening in the economy and the, I guess, the sentiments out in the marketplace, that you do have to adapt to what's happening in order to compete effectively.
Any market, especially in development, real estate, gets hit pretty heavily in a lower, economy. So it's definitely important to adapt. I mean, you might want to retweak your marketing materials, your strategy, what are you doing, and obviously do a lot of research. And that's one thing that we've dove into with these courses.
So research, understanding what's going on, how critical is that, Sam?
Well, it's everything. And this course is called Sales, Marketing, and Strategies. Of course, it's through the Real Estate Development Certificate Program at the U of C. The course itself is this is a real life project we present to the students. Streetside Developments had presented everything about this project to the students that's about to be built. So the students get all the information to help them come up with this marketing plan that you see there.
And so compared to last year, I mean, given the downturn and the change in
Yeah.
circumstances, are you teaching these students different skills, and what do those look like? I mean, what are some of the I don't know if it's mistakes or shortcomings that
Yeah.
you're seeing, and especially some realtors that are fairly new in the industry?
Well, the course was introduced last year, my particular course, and
Yeah.
what's interesting to note is only 2 real estate agents last year. This year, we actually have about 10 real estate agents in the class, and a lot of the questions and a lot of the dialogue that a lot of students were looking for was simply more back to the basics, and I found that was really kind of a key message, some old school sales tactics, and I was really surprised to learn that some people didn't do had a lot of business etiquette.
So give us some examples. What are some things that you noticed that we're sort of lacking or are lacking?
Well, I think when we had a session even just talking about business etiquette, exchanging of business cards, simple things like follow-up, which in my travels I've seen deals collapse over proper business etiquette.
So this is really the basics that some of these folks were lacking.
Well, we touched base on it, but the actual course itself got quite complicated with the final presentation.
Yeah.
We had Streetside Developments come in and critique the students, and so for 6 weeks we talked about the theory of sales, marketing, and strategies.
Yeah.
But for the final presentation, Streetside Developments, Richard Daly, the vice president, actually critiqued some of the students.
Yeah.
And I think it was a good reminder that theory is one thing, but when you're presenting to a developer, which is ultimately a client,
Yeah.
they look for different things. And so it was a good learning experience for sure.
Okay, and I know that you'll be involved with this again next year. You're enjoying it.
Yeah.
What's the course called again?
Sales, Marketing, and Strategies, and it's on the U of C website, so
Yeah.
ucalgary.ca, and it's already booked for next year. May 16th is the start date till June 20th,
Okay.
and it runs for 6 weeks.
And I know it filled up quite quickly for this past one. So if
It
you're
did.
interested in that, you
Yeah.
want to get on it. Great stuff as always. RE/MAX's Sam Correa, and for more information, head to samcorrea.ca.
The Market, sponsored by Sam Correa of RE/MAX House of Real Estate.